ain't gonna sit here and lie. Every time I talk shit about Instagram, something happen where I can't barely post my shit. I'm not lying to y'all. Instagram, man, I ain't lying. And it is a good platform, like if you want to meet people, because people be on Instagram, like the whole world is literally on fucking Instagram every couple of seconds. Like they clicking Instagram, but I low key, I'm beginning not to like the motherfucker. You know why? Because they eyed, like they real fucking eyed. Like, okay, on Instagram, you can post yourself literally naked. You can post literally almost nude videos, all this shit, and they gonna keep that shit up there. But if you post verbal videos of you talking about something, these bitches will really delete your page from making your own personal opinion. But they'll let you stay up there naked. They be letting y'all put drugs on their bitch, all kind of shit. I don't know. I'm the type of person, that's how I am. I'm down to earth. I'm straightforward. The more like I really peep Instagram, the more I see Instagram really don't mean people no good. Like, okay, you got some good use to Instagram. Like me, I love blogging, I love social media, I love phones, I love gadgets, I love the internet, TVs, anything electronic, etc. Like, I'm all here for it. Like, you could catch me, no doubt. I'm all here for it, right? Like, I noticed that. Like, I'm crazy about it. But when it come down to um shit like that, like when I start noticing like the truth, the truth behind situations, meaning you got people, sickos on pages, them people, they really don't mean you well. Like, they wanna, basically, they wanna make sure you do what they want you to do. But they wanna, to me, it seemed like they low key be trying to humiliate a nigga. I don't know, like, it's weird. But it's like the instant you try to be somewhat decent on Instagram. Somewhat decent on Instagram. It could, I don't know, the instant you talk the truth about something, your shit getting reported or your shit deleted. And I find that odd. Like, y'all, we supposed to have freedom of speech. You should be able to say anything verbally, because it's something that's verbally. It's not no action. It ain't, you ain't physically hitting on a nigga or beating a nigga up or no shit like that. Your opinions, you should be able to say, you have freedom of speech. You should be able to say whatever you want to say. But then they turn around and they turn around and they let y'all get on there. Y'all be with no clothes on, all this shit. Have millions of followers. Like, y'all don't find that weird? Millions of followers. They promote homosexuality, all of that shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like Instagram, whoever over Instagram, honestly, I feel like they not really that much of a good type of people. Now, see, Facebook, you could get your shit reported. But name a day where, if I'm not mistaken, because everybody bring up the nigga name Time. If he still own that shit, if he ever did own it, I don't know. His name just always come up when Facebook come up. Name a period where you get a message showing your page has been suspended, put up for deletion, for a comment besides it being taken down, and you could go about your business. Facebook not like that. But Instagram, they low-key kind of like weird. Because, like, I ain't lying. Like, out of all my Instagrams I get, I always end up where I start gaining followers and stuff like that. Because the last one I had, my followers was going up through the roof. Because I was talking about positive things. And, I get on there and say how I feel. But then when I started getting people who was disagreeing, which is negative people, with the stuff I was saying, they started, like, reporting my shit. Instagram took it upon themselves to say I had to get my page gotta go through a appeal, all this shit. I'm talking about they putting shit up about my page like I didn't fucking did something wrong, and I didn't do nothing wrong on there. So with that being said, I ain't lying. Like I had stopped making my my footage and shit like that, but I get on YouTube because I'm crazy about YouTube, and I love Facebook and shit like that. But lately, like, and look, y'all see my nail like that? Because I ain't feel like taking it off. I'm going to end up taking this polish off anyway. But I ain't lying. Like, I noticed, like, they bullshit. Real talk, like, they bullshit. And I'm not tripping, but I'm going to get back to posting my footage or whatever. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. My bills are so cheap this month. I can't lie. I can't make this shit up. I can't lie to y'all. Yes, very cheap. But I can't lie. Can't lie to y'all. I really need to add that again to get the actual real price. Yes, coming up because okay, boom, that makes sense. Hold on, let's try this again. I'll be calculating my bills. Boom, that's how much that is right there a month. So for that, and then that's when I add boom. That ain't bad. That's still cheap. So that's what I need to be working upon getting. Did I add that? Hold on. I hate when I do that. Oh, I forgot about that. That ain't bad. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna do add the other stuff a little later. But oh goodness. I'm still yawning, y'all. I'm still yawning. But yeah, like I don't know. I think that shit had low key kinda like pissed me off. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all, cause I would have been made like more videos for Instagram on some shit, but I realized I'm like, damn, like these people that fucking phony and fake on this bitch. Like y'all don't even let people say the truth about shit on here. But y'all want people to be on drugs and on this bitch losing their mind. Yeah, like y'all some fucking sickos. Y'all some weirdos. And that's just how I feel about it. But I know, like, with that, like everybody, like I said, the whole world be on there. Like, people, they'll run their phone before they go sit in the public and have just a regular drink. Like, not alcoholic. I'm talking about, like, a juice or something like that. They gonna hop on their phone, lay in their bed. They gonna feel like that's their entertainment for the day. So you will see, like, literally the whole world on there. But it's like, I think it's built to make people delusional. Honestly, I think Instagram is built to make people delusional because if you pay attention, everybody that's in half of everybody, and that's why I had to say half because I don't know everybody who be entertaining y'all, but a lot of y'all entertainers are negative as fuck. Like they not the good images for y'all. Y'all shouldn't even be giving y'all energy and attention to these people on not even for a second of y'all day. But the shit these people give y'all, they've been giving y'all for years. It's just now the people giving it to y'all more straightforward. Like, I'm 28. So when I think back when I was a little girl, a lot of shit that I did, you know, we had singers and rappers. They used to rap about shit that they knew what you was getting at, what you was doing in your life. But now that I'm 28, the rappers out here now, they say everything exactly for what it is. Like, you got, for example, you got Sukiana. She way more straightforward. You got the little chick named Sexy Red. She way more straightforward. You have a lot of artists that's like giving you exactly what shit is, and a lot of people. What I noticed, I can say, growing up, they had songs and shit that was out where they was slick side saying the shit that they talk about now, but they used to beat around the bush. A lot of your entertainment now, they gonna tell you exactly what they mean and what they say, and that's what you was probably doing at that time of your life. But not at a person like my age who done changed their life around and don't live like that, is like, damn, like, now you will look at it and be like, okay, I don't really want to listen to it because I ain't rocking like that. But when I was, moving certain ways and shit like that, the entertainment and the rappers I had, they used to, you could tell from listening to them that they was getting at the same shit you was getting at, but it's like they didn't say it straightforward as you have, entertainment and shit now. And that's why you hear a lot of older people say the shit only getting worse. It's never, to be honest, it always was worse. Because just as well as they had they entertainers that talk about sex, but they'll use, like, for instance, Marvin Gaye, all them other little old entertainers and shit like that. Them people was sexual. Isley Brothers, they was sexual, but they never say the exact explicit things about sex like how a lot of our artists do today. They don't beat around the bush. A nigga gonna say, oh yeah, I'm gonna bend over and do all this and that. Back then they'll probably say, let's get it on, and they was still promoting sex. So it's kind of like nothing has changed. It's just the words are more straightforward. But to me, they was more sneaky back then. You had a lot of people who was doing shit on the sneaky side. Well, people, if they weren't wise enough to differentiate what they were saying, they was kind of getting over on people. Now you got people who just be straight up like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. But they don't want to listen to something where a nigga still talking about fucking, but he ain't saying it straight up what he trying to do. Vice versa, somebody, I don't know. I just call it for what it is. To me, it's all been the same. All this shit been about sex, money, and drugs. It's been like that. Music been like that. But like now, and I always did listen to pop and rock anyways, but I listen to a lot of pop and a lot of rock. Like, I noticed that I would put that on so fast. Like, I love R&B too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I listen to R&B, but what I noticed about R&B is, like, when I listen to R&B, I reminisce on old situationships that I was in years ago, because I'm not married, I'm single, I don't have no kids. So when I'm listening to all these love songs, it'll happen like every blue moon where I would think about something that could come into existence on somebody who could possibly, if I do end up gaining a love life, getting a husband and all this shit, well, my mind could listen to it and I could be like, okay, well, maybe I'm gonna meet a guy that's gonna be like this. But 10 out of 10, it never be that. I always, in my mind, like, I reminisce on some old fuck shit, well, it was the devil on some shit. Because if it was done decent, then, things wouldn't have happened the way it happened. But that's why, like, I try to stay away from R&B as much, because it low-key, I don't want to say it make me sad, but it just have me thinking about shit that was back then, and I kind of be over that. But see, rock, like metal, and I like hard rock and like metal rock, like I love that. Like I can take all my feelings and like listen to it, and it's kind of motivational for me. Like I love rock music. It just gives me a different energy, a different feel. Like rap, I listen to rap every once in a while, but I don't just straight off the back play rap no more because I'm not in the I'm not doing street shit no more. I'm not drugging, I'm not drinking, I'm not robbing people, I'm not trying to kill people. So it's like that shit that they be talking about, I really don't be caring to hear that shit. So it's kind of like if I do listen to something, it'll be where it's something I could kind of relate to. But other than that, man, like I really don't be tripping. I don't be tripping. Like I don't be listening to all that other shit. But TV, like I turn on Netflix and I look at Netflix and I really don't be home as much to watch this shit either. But when I am here, like now, like I have a little free time now until I get back on the road, I notice I've been watching my movies. Like I watch YouTube videos every now and then. But it's like, I just don't. Like, I don't really be on there, like, watching it like that. But I, I don't know, like, lately, like, I've been really, really, like, connected with God, like, a lot. And I've been, honestly, I've been really watched by angels a lot. I noticed, like when I stopped drinking, y'all, like I woke up one morning because normally when I wake up, shit, I'm partying, like party, party, party. First thing come to down my mind, on the go, like is she gonna party? And like I brush my teeth, eat a little something, put something on my stomach, give me a couple of beers. One morning I went to do the same routine, ate something, all that, etc. Then I thought about Bill, and something came to my mind. It was like, no, you don't need to drink today. What you drinking for? Why you always drinking how you drink? And then I paused because I was like, wait, what is this? But I'm like, this some kind of angel that be talking to me. So I started following the fucking voice. I'm like, you know what? I get on the internet every day and I talk to people about doing the right thing. And I always say when it's my time for something, when God opened up my eyes to something, if I have that gut in me to go for it, I'm gonna go for it. And right around that time, I had that gut. So I started following a voice, and I go downtown in Baton Rouge a lot. That's why I normally ball hop. Like I love to drink beers, like drafts and all that shit. Like I love beer. So I went downtown, and then I went to the bar, and someone was like, "Don't drink. What you drinking for?" So I didn't get nothing. I didn't get nothing to drink. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just keep following this little angel. I'm gonna hold on to this voice. So I started drinking mocktails. Um, mocktails is basically juice. It don't have no alcohol in it. So every time I go out and go places where they serve alcohol, I realize I overlook it. And I was feeling like, damn, like God really be listening to me. Like I'm really starting to get blessed. Like, because I could remember I never had those thoughts that came to my mind. And this happened literally like, this was literally like a week before that. Show you God do shit overnight. Like with God, you don't know when he gonna come through for you on a blessing. It don't matter what it is. Like you can't put no date, no number on it, nothing. It just happened. So when I had realized, I started sticking to it every time I look up. Like I'm about to be in fucking September, and it's been literally a whole 2 months. So I'm like, wow, like I really turned away from drinking. And the same thing happened with drinking as it did with me with the drugs. Like when I used to get high and shit. Like now I look at that shit different. Like, okay, I know, like God don't say you can't drink at all. But he say don't drink to get drunk. When I used to drink, like I didn't drink to get drunk, but I started low key noticing, like I kind of started overdoing it a little bit, where I noticed it was kind of to the point where I wasn't drunk, but it was some nights like, man, like I was fucking drunk, overdoing it. Like, and every time I overdo drinking, like I end up with a fucking nigga. And I'd be pissed off. I started blocking the niggas and all that. Like this year, earlier in this year, I had like one nigga this year. Last year I had like four. And all of them come from me drinking. And I wake up the next day and just fucking go home mad as a bitch. And I was blocking them. Like, I ain't want to talk to them no more. And, because I was fucking drunk. Like, I was drunk. And I was so mad with myself, y'all. I was mad because God was revealing a lot of my old actions to me, showing me where all my old actions was coming from. Like, back then, with, a couple of men that I used to, like, deal with and shit like that. Like, I used to either be high or drinking when I used to see them on the late nights. Like, I wasn't never sober. And now, like, when I had did those little acts, I started noticing. I started, like, keeping up, like, documenting, like, what keep making me come to this? Because when I'm not drinking, bitch, I'm not gonna come to your house. I'm not gonna go to no room. It's not gonna happen. Like, if I'm not drinking, like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. And it came to a point where, I peeped it. So that made me don't want to drink even more. Because I got tired of that shit. Like, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, like, I got to the point where I be straight up with men. And you know why I got like that with men? Because I started meeting men that started exposing a lot of dirty hands of other men to me. Like, man, I started meeting men, well, when they see you been drinking, they not going to even bring up nothing about going to no hotel or nowhere to your house or their house. They going to make sure you get inside, and they going to be like, look, I know you was drinking. I just want to make sure you make it home safe. A nigga ain't even pulled none of that over me, so I was fucking furious. I'm talking about y'all, like, I started getting, like, real mad where I wanted to fucking start doing these niggas something. Like, I get drunk just to see what they gonna say. And when I realized, like, I was like, you know what? I already see what it's hitting for. You got niggas today that go to the clubs and go to the bars, and they do this shit on a daily. Like, men are smart. Let me tell you something. A man is real smart. They do this shit on a daily. They go to bars. They know they got hoes who be in there drinking, and when you drinking, you under the influence. Like, fuck you likely to go jump out your drawers for a nigga, and they know that. They ain't gonna say that, but they know that. So it came to a point where, I just was like, man, I'm good. I don't want to engage with the shit no more. So when I started realizing that I was done, I started just seeing a whole lot of things differently in front of me. Like, I can go sit in bars now and watch people drink, and I'll be looking, and I just don't understand how they sit there and drink like that. Like, first of all, when you going through something, bro, it's kind of like you gonna sit up there and get your head bashed some kind of way when you weak-minded, when you ain't strong enough. But when you really want to heal, you gonna go to God. Like, I had to find that out. I had to learn it. And, like, he gonna start taking the small things. He gonna start knocking off the old habits piece for piece. You know it's coming, but you don't know exactly when it's coming. But he gonna start changing shit around piece for piece, piece for piece. And I just look at all these people, and then, like, common shit just to pop in my head is like, you have some people that had that lose their kidneys, livers, all that shit. Like, they got major health problems from alcohol. You got people that died of alcohol poisoning. And I really just sit back and I, like, look at that shit, and I'm like, damn, this was me at one point drinking literally 3 and 4 beers, 2 to 3 or 4 beers a day. And not one time in my head did it pop in my mind, I have organs in my body that I could possibly damage. I have shit, I have shit in my body that can possibly be damaged, and I can be sick with well, not diseases, but well, probably so. You probably can get some, I don't know, but with sicknesses, deadly sicknesses that could come amongst my body from me and taking this. And when I first started thinking that way was when I used to smoke cigarettes. Because y'all, I used to smoke cigarettes. I smoked all kind of cigarettes. I used to roll my own cigarettes. Like, I was crazy about tobacco. And then one day I read the box again. And I've been seeing it on the box, but for some reason it just hit me. Like, it said may cause cancer. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I keep buying this shit? And I'm risking myself to get sick. It just clicked in my head like that. That's why I be telling people, you can look at something a million times over and over. And you wise. A human is very smart. You telling yourself this shit not right. But it's going to take that one time for it to click. You don't know when it's gonna click, and when it click, you will get a grip. Like, one thing I realized about being human, when you know something wrong, you can kind of override it and ignore it for a little bit. But I need you to know, one of these days you gonna wake up and you gonna cut that shit off, because you know that shit not right. Like, a human, that'll play with your mental. When you know right from wrong, you not gonna sit up there and fuck over yourself constantly. You know, you gonna do what you have to do, and you gonna do the right thing. Like, and that's what I noticed with me. Like, it don't matter what it is. Even if I'm trying to bite the bullet, I don't bite the bullet for nothing. I don't hold my tongue back on nothing. If it ain't nothing I don't like, if I feel like people not treating me right, I'm not gonna do it, or I'm not gonna stay around. I'm gonna go about my business. And I noticed that I cannot fake nothing. I see a lot of people that be faking shit, and sometimes they could go through it with years of putting on poker faces for years. And I put my money up. It be one of them years, out of all them years, or one of them days they sit down and they just throw their hands up because they mental then got tired of pretending. See, a human can only pretend for so long. And I noticed, like, I'm very intelligent. So a lot of my intelligence I was putting off, because I don't want to say I was doing shit that I saw, but I was doing shit that I was into, because I started drinking and smoking at a young age. Of course, everybody used to sneak and do shit behind their parents' back. Like, I started doing shit at a young age, and praise God, the store is not there no more. But they had stores in our neighborhood. They was selling children and people, younger children, shit that you needed IDs for, that we wasn't nowhere near of age. We used to could get that. Like, it wasn't nothing for us to get that. So we started off like early as a bitch, but it's like my mind back then, it couldn't process the actual intelligence and reality of having a habit and what it can do to you and how it can harm you. When I lost my foot, that's when I kind of low-key started paying attention to life more. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Before I lost my foot in 2021. Before I lost my foot, I was doing whatever I wanted to do. I was making, first I started making legal money, then I started making illegal money. I didn't care. My morals was kind of all over the place. I wasn't as holy as much. I speak upon God, but I still did what I wanted to do. I wasn't a true believer. When you a true believer of God and you start following God for real, all that extra shit, you gonna let it go. But you got a lot of people today, they speak of God, but they not real followers and believers of God, because they still do what they want to do, knowing it's not right. When you become a real true believer and a real true follower, you gon' start doing what you have to do. So that's the level that I'm at in life now. But before then, it was like, it wasn't like that. But when I lost my foot, the first thing God woke me up on, you don't know what's gonna happen in your life, and you don't know when you could possibly die. It just was the major things. You really don't know. We don't know. He started just talking to me, like, and he been talking to me my whole life, but I used to ignore him. And I noticed that God was my intelligence. God is my intelligence. He's the intelligence that I have in me. And I used to put him off with a lot of shit, even with people when they used to come around and I used to scope shit about people. God would expose shit to me about things and I would overlook it, but I already knew before shit hit the fan. I just knew because God always stuck with me and had intelligence in me. Like, I had the Holy Spirit in me a long time ago, like, and I still do, but I had that put in me years ago when I first noticed that. I used to read the Bible day and night as a kid. I was probably around 10 or 9 years old. I used to fall asleep reading the Bible. But I realized that when that happened with my foot, I realized, damn, this shit is real. Like, you really don't know. Like, I didn't have no diabetes or none of that. I ain't had no sickness. I just lost my shit. Like, I would never think I would be without a foot. And, like, I be stressing that shit to some people when I get a chance to open up to them and talk to them. Life is really like, you got to do what you supposed to do in life in order to get the golden moments. See, back then, I was trying to make my own life and give myself the golden moments. I wasn't including God. But now that I include God, oh, the golden moments that I get, I know I couldn't have navigated it to myself because I wasn't strong enough and I didn't have that. I can't put that faith in me that I can put in God, knowing that He got my back, because I know I wouldn't have had my own back because I was fucking over me then. But when I started realizing that, you need to follow Him and you need Him in order to get a spectacular life, a happy life, a level of peace. Like, the peace that I have now, y'all, is out of this world. And I'm not gonna lie to you. The devil will try to play on you every now and then and make you feel like this what he gonna say. You need to lighten up. You changing too much of yourself. You losing yourself. You starting to become too religious. You starting to forget about what you really like. But that's the devil, because in reality, God knows what's best for us. And the shit that I was into back then was, I realized it was of my flesh, and I learned it. Because at first, like I said, I wasn't even in the Bible as that much. Like, when I read the Bible, I knew what it said, but I didn't get it until I started going back in that bitch reading shit that was actually happening to me. That's how I knew it was real, because I didn't know this shit. Like, this shit, and I'm like, damn, I was really evil. So I took, and of course, like, I started following God. I started changing the shit I was eating. I started, everything I did, the devil always came upon me and tried to shake me and make me relapse and start going back to my old ways. Like, as far as money, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. And I feel like I'm rich in spirit already. So I honestly feel like I'm rich because, I follow God and I have God within me and I can project God. But since I stopped, like, doing a lot of devilish shit to get paid, everything that I have now is the most I ever had. And back then, I had a whole lot of more money and a whole lot of extra shit. But the shit I have now, it mean way much more than the things I had back then. I'm gonna tell y'all what I used to do. And it's crazy, but I used to go through periods where a lot of shit I used to get, I used to just throw my shit away because I got tired of looking at it. I got tired of remembering how I got the shit. I got tired of remembering, the niggas who gave me the shit, and you know what I'm saying, how I got the shit. I just ain't want to look at it no more. Now everything that I got in this bitch, everything that I have, I work hard for. I don't have shit that I'm looking at that I didn't stole. Like, I used to have a wall full of shit that I didn't stole. Like, I used to steal. Anything you name, I was fucking doing it. And it just bring me back to reality where I noticed, like, damn, like, the shit real. Like, the devil really be real. Now, God made it to where I can sit back and, I basically can look at how I used to be and look at other people and see where they haven't grown where I was years ago and be thankful. Because ain't no way in the fuck, y'all. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know how to put this to y'all, but it ain't no way in the fuck I'm going back to that. I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm not going back to none of that shit. Like, I remember being around a lot of girls. They got boyfriends, staying with them, fucking them every night, getting pregnant, all this. But y'all hoes ain't married. Y'all, yeah, y'all still doing the shit wrong. Like, y'all don't know how burnt up I got off of the girlfriend and boyfriend situation. But I couldn't get mad. You know why? Because it was kind of like I put myself in a situation, but that's not real commitment. Real commitment is when a nigga really marry you, son. That's where the shit get real at because he your husband. When you got a girlfriend and you got a boyfriend, a nigga could talk to who the fuck they won't talk to. I had to understand that nigga wasn't really my nigga. And I stopped talking to niggas. I don't even give niggas all that let's go on dates. I don't like I say no. I don't date people. We can link up because the most we gonna be is friends until you decide you want to go real far with it, and that's when marriage will definitely come into play. Because what else you trying to get out of me? You're not getting nothing else out of me. And that was something that I had to learn. And I got intelligent. Like all that extra shit, man. People just be doing shit to try to sleep with you. And that shit demonic as fuck. A nigga just won't touch on you for nothing and fuck over you. Because he ain't trying to keep you. He just thought he trying to fuck over you. And I had to learn that. So I conversate with men, but that's the farthest it'll go. And as far as material shit, I buy all my shit. Like, it ain't on the level that it's on back then. Because back then, I ain't lying. I used to kind of low-key hold grudges with men. Well, when I was getting money out of men and buying shit, getting money from them, going shopping and all that, it was because I wanted to take a nigga money. Now, I don't want shit from a nigga. I want to get my own shit. You know why? Because I don't need you no more. Like, I don't need nothing from you. I don't need no sexual activity from you. None of that. Like, I'm not looking for that from you. And then I started kind of caring for the men too, more than I ever did, because I realized they was just as fucking lost as me. Like, you can talk shit about me giving myself away, but you giving yourself away to me also. So it was kind of like you really fucking over yourself with God too. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you out here giving yourself away too. So it got a little too deep for me, y'all. I just backed up from it. And I said, you know what? Anytime a nigga come in me sexual with, I don't even get mad because I know they still sleep. It's easy for me to take advantage of a nigga knowing that's fucked up. But now that I know the truth, I don't even go that way. I could see somebody who be nice looking and say, yeah, they nice looking, but I don't have lust in me. God took the lust out of me. So I really be chilling like until I can run across somebody and find somebody that can just conversate and want to learn about things around them and acknowledge God, the way God moved in their life for the day, then that's it'll be different. But as far as me meeting somebody who keep trying to plan for shit further ahead, I don't do that no more. I don't plan for the future because I learned that with my leg. You don't know what the future gonna bring, so you waste your time when you do that shit. When I started living for the present, God started opening up my day even bigger. And it got to a point where, it was like I realized all the shit that I was missing out on. I would rather get more intelligent in this spiritual shit because if you can't notice the devil in your life, you ain't gonna have no direction. And I was one of them type of people. I couldn't spot the devil, and he was right in front of me. And now it's like, now that I can spot him, he don't stand a chance. But I made myself stronger in that aspect out of knowing exactly what he was. Yeah, like I call it for what it is. Like even with my music, like I'm a music head. I love music. Like I love it. It don't matter what it is. Like a lot of shit, if I listen to shit that don't, it ain't the best of music. That's because it bring back memories. It's shit from when I was living a certain type of way. But other than that, like I really be all in, and it's like I'm proud of myself because I'm not gonna do nothing that don't make no sense no more, and that's not the right thing. Like I'm strong as a bitch now. Like, see how I say I'm not gonna drink? I'm not gonna drink. Because I'm not. This one thing I learned about Dahmer. One thing I learned about me, I don't like being nobody fucking sucker. And back then I thought I was on top of my game because I was making money. So couldn't nobody tell Dahmer nothing. Because, I thought I was making money, I don't have to worry about nothing. But I realized I was fucking losing big time because how I was earning my money, I was getting played. Like the devil was winning in the end. I thought I was winning because I got the cash. But from the actions, he was winning. And it's my thing. I don't like being fucking used. And I don't like nobody trying to fucking take advantage of me. And when I realized that's what the devil do, he deceive you and shit. Oh, it got real. Like, it got real then. I switched teams. Yeah, like, I started following God. I'm like, ain't no nigga about to have me out here embarrassing me like that. Playing on my soul, playing on my eternal life, having me out here lost, having my feelings all over, having me upset about a nigga that ain't my husband, having me out here, doing shit I ain't got no business out my mind. Yeah, like I had to come to reality. Like, if that's hot, guess what? It's hot. It ain't no such thing. I could blow it off a little bit and hurry up and eat it. It may be a little bit hot and it may burn my mouth a little bit, but I know it ain't gonna. It's hot. Let it cool off. I don't roll like that. Like, it's gonna be what it is. And I notice a lot of adults today, they don't move like that because God ain't grabbed them yet. But y'all, like, God really grabbed me. Like, that's why I be telling people, like, I can't really explain it, but I could just explain it to where it's common sense. If it's not right, it's simple. Don't do it. But see, I always been that type of woman where when I make decisions, I'm gonna make a decision. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm not gonna get nobody to run around. I'm gonna do what I gotta do and I'm gonna get it over with. So when I started working for God, like, that shit came easy to me. Yeah, drugs, cut cold turkey. Alcohol, cut cold turkey. Certain foods, let it go, cold turkey. When I started getting into my health, shit, let that shit go. Like, it ain't no such thing as it's hard, it be hard. No, that be the devil. Like, when I spy Satan, like, man, I be fucking running over him. Like, I be running him out the picture because he not about to get that. Like, he not about to get that. He just not about to get it. And it's some shit with me now that I know I gotta work on, but that's normal. It's gonna always be something I gotta work on, but it ain't gonna be nothing that's big like how it was years ago. It's some shit that it ain't that big, but he's still there. But my thing is this, like, my mental over the years been played on so much because I had a certain belief that I thought was the true way of living and it wasn't. So all them years that I was thinking I was doing something right, it's like now my mind is gaining the actual true way of living and learning how to live right and do the right things and take care of myself. This is something that have to be taught to me and that I'm learning and I'm taking steps towards it day at a time. Because it ain't hard to come from that, but your mental so used to believing, okay, like for instance, to me that's the biggest thing right now in the world. And I'm glad that I got the actual truth of it, is the relationship thing. I used to sit back and wonder why none of that shit never worked it. And then I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, Dahmer, like, you doing shit with these men like they your husband. I'm not married to none of these men. Then the men, they so lost, the men lost too. They want you to give them all of that, but they don't want to marry you though. Like, my thing is this: if you bold enough to get somebody out their clothes and do all this with them, you bold enough to get in them fucking ring. You doing everything you was supposed to do with them if you was married to them already. But a lot of these dudes, like, they only want what they want for that time, and then when they do it, I notice they feel guilty and they wish they never fucked with you. Because I'm gonna be honest, I feel like out of half of the niggas that I fuck with, if I go back at them, they'll speak to me or whatever like that. But I still feel like when I come around them, it make them feel bad because they know they ain't had to do me how they did me. And, everybody gonna have mess ups and they ain't gonna be perfect and they gonna see where they went wrong. But you got a lot of people today, they just keep going. They don't want to change it. They gonna keep doing what they doing, thinking like, fuck it. But I ain't like that. I ain't like, fuck it. I'm grabbing my shit. I'm taking a hold of all my problems and all my mistakes and I'm doing the right shit. Like, I noticed like everything in my life start off small. Like it go from speeding in cars to just be small things, doing things that's right and wrong. If I'm passing up 6 and 7 signs that's telling me I need to be doing 60, I have no business doing 85 or 75 in the 60 speed limit zone. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. But it show you how your soul and your mind and your heart is. People who don't look at the little things and they right and wrongs, that's where they end up fucking up in the big shit. Well, and to be honest, fuck that. God look at every little thing you do, and it show him where your mental at. I can meet somebody for 5 minutes and tell if they mental on cue or if it's not. When you sitting up here and you talking about shit that's typical and you know the shit ain't right, but you still won't get whatever you got to get out of it just for that time being, but you gonna regret it later. You not an adult in your decision making. You still act like a kid. And see me, I came to a point where I just started doing the right thing. And honestly, no, it's not boring to do the right thing. It actually make you feel good because you don't have nothing to worry about. Man, like back then, I'm talking about I used to wake up paranoid. You know why? Because I was like, shit, I don't know what's about to happen next. But the reason why I felt like that, because I was doing the wrong shit. I don't wake up like that no more. Man, I get in my bed, watch TV, do my shit, and be peaceful. And I have that thought in my mind knowing whatever work I put in is what I'm going to get out. And as long as it's positive and the right thing, I don't have nothing to worry about. But if I was out here doing the shit I was doing before, man, my nerves would be all over. Because I don't know what to expect. Because the devil playing in the air at that time. But the devil don't play in my air like that no more. He'll come around. Whenever the devil come around me now, he gonna pretend to be something that I think he is, and then I'm gonna already know it was him though. Like that's what I'm working on. When the devil come in my life now, I already know it be him because there's something I don't get, and he confusion. If it don't, God is basic common sense. When God come around, it's gonna present a situation for what it is. For instance, if you thirsty and you want to drink and it's $1 and you got 98 cents, it's either you gonna try to find fucking 2 pennies or you gonna understand you ain't got enough money to get that drink. You ain't gonna go in that bitch delusional handing people 98 cents thinking you still gonna get your drink and that bitch $1. I'm just being straight up. You know, either they gonna give it to you just because it's only 2 pennies off, or you gonna either try to gain them 2 pennies. And that's just life. Nowadays, you have people, they don't even look at it like that. They gonna try to go with any little other way possible, but they don't want to look at the exact situation for what it is. You have to be an adult and stand up to your situation, especially in health. Like a lot of people today, they mental not right because their health is not right. The shit they feed themselves on the daily, it fucks with their mental. Like I tell people, a lot of shit I stopped fucking with, and since I stopped eating that, that's how I'm so straight up and straight to the point how I am now. That's how, I don't look for shit that the average person would look for, and I be real chillax because I know I did everything I have to do. When you did everything you have to do, you don't have that extra shit to worry about. But when you doing all this extra shit, you just got it to worry about. And that's just something that I experienced. But I do say this, like, I haven't gave up I haven't told myself in my mind, but I'm gonna tell you what I have been telling myself, like right now, I'm not looking for no husband or nothing, because I've been enjoying my time with God and just being me, no lie. But if I end up ever getting married, I know the nigga that I'm gonna marry gonna be something, meaning he gonna be very smart, because I know he gonna be smarter than me. I'm not putting my time into no dumbass man. Like, I don't got time to be dealing with no man who risking his life, dealing with drugs, risking his freedom, just doing shit that don't make no sense. I don't want to be around people who smart. I don't want to be around people who dumb. That's dumb and ignorant. when you do shit that you know you ain't got no business. I don't give a fuck how you feel. You know, you gotta stop doing that shit. And that's just the level that I'm on in life right now. And I don't wanna be around that shit. My years of being around that shit is done. You know. But other than that, like, I've been chilling, like, I've been blessed, like, my life been marvelous, like, I can't complain. And the mind that I have now is so strong, like, and the respect I have for myself as a woman is stronger. You know, I don't dress revealing no more. I'm not into none of that shit no more, because I don't need no trick no more, straight up. I make my own money. I don't have to show. I'm not no sexual type of woman. I'm not going out here fucking men like how I used to do back then. I'm not giving you that mind thought behind me. I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for no quick fuck. I'm good. So when a nigga see me in the public, how I be presenting myself, it ain't nothing coming off sexual at all. That ain't gonna even run across your head when you see me. You know, I'm just being honest. And I'm proud of myself with that, because back then it was on a whole different other ball game, but it's not like that no more. So for anything, like, what I tell people, like, don't get me wrong, I don't judge people, and I don't have nothing against people. But the people that I want in my conversation circle is people who talk with common sense. And if they do have something going on with them, they can admit that they shit wrong and that they working on it. That's all. Admit that you doing it wrong. Don't sit up here like it's right. I have better respect for you if you admit that it's wrong and you say you working on it. If that shit come out your mouth, then that's different. But not somebody who coming around you fucking up and talking about they not gonna change. No, bitch, that's the devil. You gonna ride by yourself. I'm not fucking with you. It's just not gonna work. But other than that, like, man, that's it. Like, I just been chilling, like, until I get on the road. So I'm gonna be getting on the road in a few real, not tonight, but soon. And back at work and experiencing more experiences in the world and meeting a lot of different wonderful people, and just egging the devil. But that's basically it. All you gotta do is just pray and just overlook the devil. Don't even let him get you out of character, because that's how he wins. Another day, another battle spiritually. Because the devil used to beat me the fuck down, but he can't do it to me no more. For anything, I notice it be him, and I just brush the nigga off. You know. But that's all I wanted to share with y'all. And if I do come back on here later, it's because I've even thought about something to talk about. But I'm going to go ahead on and get off of here, listen to some tunes, and 10 out of 10, read the Bible. And I'll see y'all later. So y'all have a good Tuesday night.